What's up, everybody? I just want to make a quick video about why I hate racist minorities more than I hate racist whites. And no, this is not to say that all minorities are racist, nor all whites are racist. I'm just saying is that there is racism, obviously, on both sides, okay? To say that there's not racism on one side and saying there's a lot of racism on one side is kind of biased. Let's be honest, okay? And I'm saying is this, okay, is that there are some people on the so-called minority side who are just as racist or even worse than they are on the racist white side. Okay, I'm not saying all whites are racist. I'm not saying all minorities are racist. I'm just keeping it real and being honest and saying that and being fair and saying there is racism on both sides. And okay, just like in any society, there's bad and good in each side. All right, and I'm saying is this, okay? People have been just brushing it under the rug and like just like leaving it like giving people like on that side the slap on the wrist and stuff. And I'm here saying no, enough's enough. I want to be equal. Enough's what I believe in true equality, and I believe if you're being racist, regardless of who you are, you need to be called out for it. Okay, for example, there are many minorities who are racist towards blacks, and vice versa. There's two black minorities, and there's black minorities racist to other minorities, and there's whites who are racist to blacks and black, etc. You get what I mean? Anyway, I'm saying is that, for example, I'll give one example of a racist minority. A racist minority is someone who's a minority himself, but is racist towards others or himself. I'll give an example right now. Okay, so there was this one Syrian, half Syrian French kid. I don't remember his name. This was a long time ago. And what he did was, this is what he did, okay? So he was being picked on because of his race, okay? And I was like, hey, man, that's kind of messed up and stuff. And then, and then I was just defending him and stuff, and I was just like trying to be cool with him. And then a few days later, he turns his back and then says, and then he was hanging out with one of the racist white kids, the one that was being racist to him, and then he was saying, man, I can't stand that nigger Teodros. And I was just like, I was like in the bathroom with somebody just washing my hands, and I'm like, really? Are you shitting me? You know, I had your back, and you are turning your back on me, and you were being a bigot and being racist towards a person who wasn't even being racist to you. This is the thing, though. I used to be trying to fight for everybody. I used to be like, oh man, I love everybody and stuff. But nowadays, I'm just like, dude, enough's enough. I only fight for people who have common sense and are free thinkers. I don't defend people, everybody. You can't save everyone. The old saying, you can't save everybody. I mean, I wish I could, but you can't. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, it is sad, but it is what it is. I mean, yeah. And the thing is, like, I'll be honest. Like, a lot of people have been brushing it under the rug about the whole race minority thing, but in my opinion, I think they're a lot more worse than the racist, than let's say racist white person. Because at least with the racist white person, at least he doesn't like, at least he or she does not like you, does not want to associate with you. The racist minority, on the other hand, will try to associate with you, try to say, I'm your brother or I'm your sister. And then what he does, when he or she turns like is behind your back, they talk the most heinous, dirtiest shit about you, more than the racist whites. And it's like they're trying to play both sides, but they can't play both sides. They try so hard, and then they say, I'm your brother, but deep down you're like, man, I can't stand that N word, etc. And I don't use that word, and my apologies about earlier for using that word, but it is what it is. Yeah. And a lot of people say, oh, when there's less whites in the country, when there's less blacks, less Asians, etc., there's gonna be less racism. No, 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 no. The thing is, in order to stop racism, it has to come within the character of the people and the culture. That's how it stops. Okay, it doesn't matter about numbers and all that BS. All right, it matters about the character. Obviously, we have really bad character in America and around the planet. We're race obsessed people, and it might not stop in my lifetime. If I did, I'll be the most happiest person on the face of the earth, but it's not going to happen. Okay, and people have said, oh, yeah, if there's less whites, there'll be less racism. No. Have you seen South Africa, Zimbabwe, Brazil? Yeah, very racist, white, somewhat minority. I wouldn't say minority, but there is a less percentage compared to America. Anyway, back to America. Also, I don't think America realizes, yeah, I think whites are not the majority. No, 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 no. The only reason why whites are 60% of the population is because like Middle Easterners, Jews, Arabs, Persian, Iranians, Afghans, Armenians, Georgians, Assyrians, which is another ethnic group in Syria besides Arabs, Turks, Armenians, North Africans, Eastern Russians, and the Gypsy people or the Romani people. They're like the Gypsy travelers. They're not really white as well. If you subtract those groups out of that population, it will plump. It will dwindle to about 42%. Yeah, depending on my calculation, around 42%. I could be wrong, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, and look, there's a lot of still with 42% whites and everybody else. Yeah, there's still a lot of racism on both sides. So people say, oh, 2040, 2050, it will be less racist. No. It will take a while. It's a culture that has to change. All right. And there's racism on both sides. And yeah. All right, everybody. I finished this broadcast on Periscope. Y'all can just follow me, hit me up. Ask what I need to. You can even hit me up and tell me like what I need to do better on my videos and like, or what I should do. You follow? I just want the insights, your insights, and like maybe like just any hints, any ideas. Hit me up. All right, everybody, have a good night. God bless. And yeah, look at that cross. Yeah, I got a cross in my room. It's pretty badass. All right.